Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? It's Decopbo 3. I can't sleep. It's 3 something in the morning. This would be late night confessions, but if not, it's something greater. See, when I can't sleep at night, it's either because I did something that I wasn't supposed to do, or God is like speaking to, not like in words or I see a vision, but like speaking in like in signs or things that I've learned to pay attention to. And I did a whole bunch of stuff. I said I did a whole bunch of stuff, and I talk about God all the time, but truth be told, majority of that stuff that I did won't be counted. Because even if it's a percentage of me doing it for myself, saying I'm doing it for him, it won't count. But this, I'm strictly doing for the benefit of him, hoping that someone will hear me, seeing that I am a regular, sane person, that they will know that regardless of what they choose, God, the devil, heaven, and hell is real. If you know my story, you know I almost died twice. The first time in the hospital, the second time in the hospital. Now, the second time, I didn't realize I almost died, but when I woke up, I couldn't really talk or breathe right. And all my family was dead, and the doctor told me that I was like in a coma, and I had the breathing tube in my mouth. Like I basically was like a vegetable. And I went to hell. Not heaven. I didn't see heaven. I didn't go no trip to heaven. I went to hell. And the craziest part about it is, everybody got this picture of what hell looked like. The movies and all that stuff. It's nothing like that. The amazing thing about it is you can smell, feel, your mind is conscious, but there's like nothing that you can do to dictate what's happening. There's nothing that you can do for whatever misery Satan chooses to give you. It comes. There's nothing you can do. And it started off with me being in the bed in the hospital room. And I won't say what the person's name is, but somebody in my family who I really love and who basically is responsible for me and my well-being and everything, came in the room, and I'm trying to tell her something is wrong. And I'm talking. And the whole time I'm talking, trying to explain to this person something is wrong, they telling me, boy, ain't nothing wrong. You take your medicine. I talk to the doctor. And I'm like, look at me. I'm telling you something is wrong. And that person has spent the night with me, or maybe not the night, but stayed there with me until I fell asleep. And when I woke up, it was this guard, like a nurse. And he had a brother. And I remember my girlfriend at the time coming to see me. And he flirting with her and all this other stuff and this and that. And she looked like she's like, accepting it in a way. But I can't do anything. I'm basically bedridden. I can't move. I can't sit up. I can't, like, I'm in this bed, but, like, I got no strength at all. So, when they leave, I'm like, well, what was that about? She's like, boy, don't worry about that, this and the third. She was like, if you ever think about me or need me, just call my name and I'll appear. So I'm like, this girl's crazy. At the time, I don't know him. So they come back in. He befriended me, asked me questions about myself, all that. And then, all of a sudden, his mood and attitude changed. Maybe a couple days. And he started blaming me for stuff and saying I'm doing stuff. He was African. And one day he came in, because they said I did something. And he had this thing, like you could roll it up. It looked like something that you put knives in, and the chefs be having, they rolled it up. And he had these wooden sticks in it, and all of them had like fists or animals or something, but at the edge of the stick, you could tell that it was sharp or pointy. And he like, every time you do something, you get lashes. What you did, you get 3 lashes for that. And he rolled me over, and I can't move or breathe. I can't do anything, fighting back, nothing. Bigger guy too, like not bigger than me, but he definitely wasn't skinny. You could tell he worked out, whoever he was. And he put my arms and tied them to the bed, but I'm on my stomach. And he took my legs and tied them to the bed. And without any warning, he hit me one time. See, I'm not paying attention. Because I'm like, I'm in a fucking hospital. There's no way this nigga gonna beat me no fucking stick. No one stick with no fucking fists and animals and shit on it. And when it hit me, now, I go do pain every day. Because of my injuries, I'm going to do pain for the rest of my life. But when he hit me the first time, it felt like somebody cut my body up in 1,000 pieces and dipped me in some fucking alcohol. That's what it felt like. I can't describe it because it's some type of pain that I didn't even know it was humanly possible for nothing like that. But I could tell that it wasn't normal. And he hit me again. Now this time, I start seeing stuff. I mean, from the pain, I start seeing stuff. I start going in and out. Like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, God, please make it stop. Like, I keep saying, God, for some strange reason, I keep saying, God, please make it stop. And he hit me the third time, I black out. I wake up, and I'm in this darkness. Like, I don't want nobody to think I'm crazy, but I'm in this darkness. And when I'm in this darkness, it's how can I explain this, man? It's darker than any darkness you have ever encountered with. Now, you can go in your room, turn the lights out, make sure the windows pulled down, the curtains pulled down, everything. And it was like the darkest dark I ever seen. I remember, and as soon as I got there, as soon as I woke up and I was there, I've never been afraid like that in my life. I was petrified because I could just see that this is something going on, because I've never seen, even to this day. And it's going to sound strange, but I actually looked for it, like, on internet, stuff like that. Like, what is this darkness? Like, is this something that I've never seen before? Is space this dark? I'm like, I don't know. And then I felt alone. Like, alone. It's the only word that I could use to describe what I felt like. I felt the worst fear I ever felt. And then I felt alone. It was like despair alone, though. It was like being put in a coffin and buried alive. That's how alone I felt. Like, there's no hope. There's nobody coming to save you. But nobody was telling me these things. These were things that I was actually feeling. And now looking back, that's the most amazing thing that I can say. Like, we all think of heaven and hell and all that, like we were in a spirit, and no, I'm telling you, I can see, feel, hear, taste, because I remember being so thirsty. I'm talking about thirsty, but it wasn't hot though. It was hot, but it wasn't hot. It was like hard to breathe. And then, like, I started to notice that I just wasn't thirsty for water. I was thirsty for God. It's weird. Like, and for some strange reason, I knew I'm never going to see him, hear him. He is never going to see me, hear me. I'm never going to be happy. I'm never going to feel good. Absolutely, positively, nothing. And as soon as I thought I couldn't take no more, boom, it switched. Now, there's some things that I'm not going to say because I was told not to say them. And whoever told me not to say them, I don't care. Listen. If you understand what this has done to me, like, but I'll get to that. So, this goes on, it seems like, for eternity. One situation after another situation. As soon as I think I'm getting free, it switches. I'm stuck somewhere. I can't get out. As soon as I think that I'm finding a way out, it switch. Like being kidnapped, all kinds of shit. Like, it was just going on and on. Everything that I went through, I always got teased with it about to be over, and it was switch. Some more misery, some more type of pain, some more punishment. Just went on and on and on and on. I'm like, I didn't even know it was this much shit you can do and be miserable. And finally, I didn't see anyone. I didn't see no other demons. I didn't see no other angels. I didn't see no people suffering. I didn't see anything. It was nothing. Nobody. I didn't see anything. I was going to do this stuff by myself, alone, and it kept going on and 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 on. And then I've seen the same person come in the room from the beginning. And I'm saying to her, listen, I don't care what you say. Something is happening to me. I'm getting tortured. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. She's saying she's about to go talk to the doctor. Is something wrong? I'm going crazy. It got to be some type of condition. What you did, this and the third. And I'm trying to tell this person, you're supposed to care about me. You're supposed to listen to what I say. There's no way that you ain't hearing me. Once again, this person stays overnight. My girlfriend comes the next day. I'm telling her, listen, this, that, and the third. Now, the African dude wasn't there. His brother wasn't there. That's when I knew something was strange. So I'm talking to her, and she like, listen, you can't come home like this. You got to talk to somebody, a psychologist or something. And I'm like, is this real? Like, how did I get from where I was at to here if it's real? And now I'm thinking, is these people in on it? Because remember, I don't know I went to hell. I'm like, is these people in on it? And the person who I'm talking to was in there for a long time afterwards. I didn't trust them. And if you know how much aftermath I'm going through or went through because of this experience, then you would know that I'm telling the truth. It's like I got branded. It's like I got branded, and just the smell, the feelings, the despair, it's like lingering, even in life. That's how crazy that place was. It's affecting me now. Hard to go to sleep. Fucking anxiety. Trust issues. Like being by myself, I not fuck with nobody. Like, and I always was like the life of the party and had hundreds of friends and all of that. It's just like, yo, I don't trust nothing. But I tell you how I knew I was in hell. When I finally came to, people was showing me their phone. And I was laying on this table with all these fucking tubes in my throat. Hooked up to these machines and all of these IVs. And I'm like, no way that's me. I ain't had no tubes in my throat. I wasn't laying on no bed. Yes, I was. And I could say that I was probably in that coma for 10 days. Where I was at felt like 10 years. Like that's where I was at felt like forever. It sure enough didn't seem like 10 days. And that's when it hit me. Yo, I'm a very spiritual person. I might not act like it, and it might throw people off, but yes, I'm very spiritual. And it hit me. You was in hell. But see, it was hard for me to convince myself because I didn't seen stuff and heard stuff. You hear people giving descriptions and all that. And it's like, I could have been in hell. But then I was like, yo. And for some strange reason, I just start knowing stuff. Like, stuff start coming to me. I've always been intelligent. I got like a 1400 IQ. I've always been intelligent. I had all A's and B's in my whole life. I graduated college. I've always been intelligent. But this was like, it felt like it was secret stuff that I was knowing. And from my perspective, the thing that shocked me the most about hell was each and every person who goes there will have the individual suffering according to that person. I was expecting to see people crying and screaming and all that. They're going to use people that you care about. They're going to use people that you never would expect to do nothing wrong to you. They're going to use whatever your worst fear is without you even saying it. And it's going to continue over and over and over. Whatever your punishment or whatever your personal hell is going to be. And you would think, after going through that, I would be an angel. But see, we got free will, we don't have free choice. Everybody play a part in this game called life. And truthfully, I don't think I'm over it yet. It's very difficult for me to do anything religious now. That's how afraid I am of God. Like, I'm not playing Christian, I'm not playing Muslim, I'm not going to church, I'm not going to masjid, I'm not doing nothing. If I want to have a conversation with God, I'm going to talk to him just like I would talk to my real father. But I ain't playing with dude. Like, I'm not fronting or nothing. I'm not playing with dude. I'm not going to be walking no fence or going back and forth or going to fuck the church on Sunday. And then on Monday, I got some Hennessy. I'm not doing none of that shit at all. Because the most amazing thing I got out of it, even though I was in hell, and you figure that that's what you're supposed to be afraid of. Or you're supposed to be afraid of the devil. No. I am afraid of who gets to say so or where I go. Because I don't want to go there. And the riddle is, what was I doing in my life to get me there? What do I gotta do to get to the other place? And that's where the mystery starts coming in. And there's 19,000 religions and there's 42,000 ways to pray. And you gotta do this and gotta do that. And it's like so confusing for the first time in my life. Because any other time, I'm like concrete. I was Christian half my life, I was Muslim half my life. I knew it, I felt it. Like, I felt his presence. When I prayed, stuff happened. Like, it is so confusing right now. And I knew the answer. It's confusing because we live in a time where the devil is God on earth. Everything is confusing whether you pay attention to it or not. Things that used to be simple. People. Everything is chaotic. Everything is chaotic, difficult, and confusing. So, I'm not trying to make nobody get saved. I'm not trying to make nobody take their shahada. My only goal is to let you know I am a sane person. I do not take any medicine for being crazy. I got 3 kids. I got brothers and sisters, mothers, cousins, aunts, uncles, everything. When I walk down the street, people give me respect and everything. I am telling you, if hell is real, that means heaven got to be real. If hell is real, that means the devil got to be real. And if heaven real, that means that God got to be real. It's the only thing I want from people getting this message. When you die, you are going to one of them. And even though I just described some pretty crazy stuff, and it was true, nothing. When I say nothing, nothing on this earth can compare to the sheer feeling of being there. May you be blessed for listening. I feel better than I got on my chest. There's going to be a lot of people who ask me a lot of questions after this. My family, everything, because this is probably the first time I said it publicly. And I know people have been trying to figure out what's up with me, but yeah, that's 90% of the thing. You know? 90% of that, or the way I am, is because of that. Thank y'all for listening.